All right, welcome to this video on awareness levels. Awareness levels and how do they fit within a funnel? That's what this video is all about. And if you're a business owner, if you're someone who's trying to market your business, this is a perfect video to understand customer awareness levels and then how does that fit into a funnel and a sales funnel. And the reason why I came up with this video, and by the way, my name is Rey Ortega and I own Grata Software and Digital Strike, which both companies focus on automation and AI, but Digital Strike, we focus on training people on how to use AI for sales marketing and attract new customers. And so this whole video came about from a presentation I was doing yesterday on how to leverage artificial intelligence in order to be able to automate and streamline the process of sales and marketing. And through that conversation, we were talking about awareness levels, and many of the people didn't understand what awareness levels and how they're related to the funnel itself when you're looking at doing a sales funnel or marketing funnel. So I want to do this quick video so that I can explain that. So first thing, before we do anything, we need to understand what the awareness levels are. And so the first awareness level, there's 5 of them. The first one is unaware. So unaware is obviously someone who doesn't exist or doesn't know that it has a problem. Well, they do exist. They just don't know they have a problem, right? Then we have a problem aware, someone who understands that they have a problem and they just don't know how to find the solution or where to find the solution. And then there's solution aware people, where they know that there's a solution, but now they're trying to compare all the other solutions that are out there in order to be able to solve their problem. Then we have people that are product aware. They're very understanding of your product or your service that you're offering. And so those are people that are more adapt to be closer to the buying process. And then we have the most aware. Most aware is the buyer. It's the person that already knows they have a problem, there's a solution, and then your product is one of the solutions. And so when we're looking at these 5 awareness levels, we're trying to figure out where they fall within a funnel. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how that all works from a funnel perspective. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a funnel. Okay. And I've been drawing this funnel about 4 times today. And for some reason I have trouble drawing a funnel. Okay. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to this point, right? We're trying to take a customer, and pardon my drawing, I'm not a good drawer, but I get close enough. Okay. We're trying to take a customer from them going into a funnel to get to cash, right? There's 3 levels of a funnel. Okay. There is the TOFU, which is top of funnel. That is you will hear that in marketing terms called TOFU. Then there's MOFU, which is the middle of funnel. And then there's BOFU, which is the bottom of funnel. All right. So just to explain really quickly, top of funnel, they don't know anything. They don't know you. They don't know that you exist. Right. Middle of funnel, there's already some type of connection. They already kind of know that you're a person or your product or service exists and stuff like that. And then they just need more and more convincing to be able to purchase your product. And then bottom of funnel is someone who's already ready to buy. They already know everything. Right. So let's look at this from an awareness levels perspective. So top of funnel is usually pretty clearly an unaware. If I knew how to spell unaware, give me a second, erase that. This is your unaware level. Okay. Someone who's not aware at all is top of funnel. So a lot of times they're getting introduced to you through social media posts, emails, anything that's just kind of like they just happen to stumble upon you and you're telling them that there's a problem and then you have a solution for it. So they're the unaware. The next one here falls between top of funnel and middle funnel, and that is the problem aware. Now, the reason why that is because a problem aware person knows that they have a problem. They just don't know where the solution is. Right? So there's still someone that when you tap into them, they don't really know who you are. They've never met you before. And so, but you're telling them that you solve a problem and then they're the one that knows that they have a problem. They're like, oh, let me see what this person can do for me. Right? So they're still at that top level, but they don't 100% know, like, and trust you yet because they're still at the top. They don't know who you are. So that's why they fall between the top of funnel, middle of funnel. Because you're going to have to convince them a little more. That's where you see some retargeting marketing, retargeted advertising goes to these types of customers that in this awareness level. Then you have solution aware. Now, the reason why solution aware is totally middle of funnel is because these people already know that there's a problem and there's a solution, right? But now they're trying to compare solutions. So this is one where you have to constantly convince them. You have to have posts, you have to have ads, you have to hit them with all these different things for them to say, okay, this might be the person that I want to buy my product or the product or service from in order to solve my problem. But they don't know yet. They're still researching solutions, right? So that's where they are, solution aware. Now, lower in the middle of funnel and closer to the bottom of funnel is your product aware people. Now, the reason why it's product aware is because they already know your product exists. So they have a problem, you have a solution, and they know your product exists. However, they still need to be put over the edge that you are the solution for them. And so it requires a little bit more convincing in that regard. And then the last part, the bottom of funnel, is your most aware. The most aware customer, this is someone who already knows that they have a problem. You have the solution, you have the product, and they're very aware of your product. And so this is the person that you just have to give them a slight nudge in order for them to make a final purchase. This is where you see a lot of advertisers put in they'll put in 30-day money back guarantees or things like that. It's kind of the one or two little things to push them over the edge to say yes. And so that's what the bottom of funnel is. Essentially, when you're advertising to the bottom of funnel, this is where you see people do like Facebook ads, or they'll do Google search ads. These are people that are ready to buy, and it's just a matter of just getting in front of them and just saying the one or two things that can convince them to purchase. All right. And so that's basically it. So you have a funnel that you're trying to drive people into to make a sale, right? And when you're doing that, by the way, you're trying to do that while you're trying to talk into their awareness level at those different levels. And so that's how they both go together, the awareness levels and so forth. So let me just recap on this. So again, we have the 5 awareness levels, right? And so we have the unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and then most aware, right? So we have those 5 levels, and then each of those levels requires to put them into a funnel. And that's where we go top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, down to making money, right? And that's the awareness level sits at unaware, top of funnel, problem aware between top and middle, solution, total middle, product is middle funnel to bottom of funnel, and then most aware is the bottom of funnel. All right, I hope this helps you understand this. And if you have any questions or if you have any comments, put it in the comment section. Please like, follow, subscribe, and I look forward to doing more videos like this. And we are going to touch on artificial intelligence and how to use it. In fact, we have certain tools and stuff that we built that help people figure out how to do this for their business. If you're interested in that, go in the comments and just type in tools, and I'll send you the link so that you can go check that out. But thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.